All right, here we are, Jaymes Willoughby, talking about what's happening in Austin real estate. We're back at you. We're calling today the end of week 1 in August. I know it's only the 5th, and our stats really only run through the 4th, but the way the numbers hit, statistically, we're going to call this week 1, and we're going to jump right in and let's talk about what happened last week. So as you may recall, we've been flirting with the highest numbers of active listings that we've had in many years, 14 years. It's down slightly this week. It's come down a couple hundred listings, and there's a reason for it. I'll share that with you here in a minute. It's all about expired listings that failed. And then let's go down to look at the new active listings versus new pending. So you can see the number of new actives have rebounded since last week. So we were at 775. This week we're up to 841. These are new listings that hit in the last 7 days. And then in terms of pendings, it's kind of a weird weekend, honestly. A lot of calls, but not a lot of offers on properties. We had 756 homes go pending last week, down slightly from the week before, but it looks like maybe it's a downward trend. I don't know, 2 weeks in a row. We'll find out next week if we're in a trend or not. Price reductions, we've always maintained a high number of price improvements or reductions. Last week, no different. You can see with the market, here we are, beginning of August, a lot of people are repricing their homes, getting ready to get it sold. As I mentioned at the beginning, we had fewer active listings last week, and the reason why, if you look at this graph, it spikes at the end of every month when a lot of listings will expire or people will decide to throw in the towel and withdraw their listing. Well, we went and hit a record for the year of 553 failed listings. That is up substantially from the year before, which was only 359. So you can see there's a difference between the two markets last year this time and this year this time. Dramatically higher number of people quitting their marketing efforts to maybe wait for another day. So good for current sellers, but we'll see how the market inventory either maintains itself, goes down, or maybe it goes up. Let's see in the next couple of weeks here. Now, we always talk about absorption rate. This is the one graph, if any, that if you only wanted to look at one thing, this would kind of give you an idea of what's happening. Weeks of absorption, we have 16.13. That is up from last week slightly. That's because our number of home sales last week were down week over week, and yet our number of total listings are down week over week too. Just we add, mathematically a little bit more inventory to be absorbed based on the number of homes that we're selling each week. So that's 4 months of supply. Some people's eyes, they say 6 months is equilibrium. I'd have to disagree with that. I actually think 4 months is equilibrium, meaning that we have a balanced market. So we have a balanced market in terms of the number of homes for sale versus the pendings, but it doesn't feel balanced because we're so used to not balanced, so used to an aggressive market and super fast sales. As you can see, earlier this year we were down to under 9 weeks of inventory, and now we're at 16. There is good news in the mix here. Mortgage rates continue to slide down a little bit. Last week they dropped from 6.78 to 6.73, so that's down 5/100ths, which isn't much, but if you look at the graph here, you can see we're in a kind of a downward slide on rates. Even in the last month, we were as high as almost 7%. So we're down fully 1/4 of a point in 1 month. That is absolutely a trend. And the economic forecasters predict that rates will continue to fall ever so slowly, but that will help continue to improve the market ever so slowly. But that's good. That's good news. And we'll share more of that with you next week. All right. Thanks for stopping by and tuning in, and we will talk to you soon.